Hello, everyone. Welcome to Teamwork Design, where we strive to design life from conversation to communication. I am your host, Terry Mera. I cannot believe it took this long for me to appreciate and understand the power of writing. Even though I have been writing my journal since I was elementary school, I always have a planner every year. I even wrote some blogs on my website, yet I never recognized the power of writing itself. I started this task out of a curiosity. When I was listening to this Korean podcast, he suggested writing my goals, dreams, and desires 100 times a day for 100 days. As long as I don't give up, it will come true. And many of his listeners provided their experiences in saying that their dreams came true. Well, I want to share my experience, the power of writing before my realization. First, you met my friend Heather, the fearless antique dealer. Yes, you can check out the conversation with Heather on my podcast. During that interview, this part that I couldn't share due to technical errors on my part. Well, Heather came up with this idea to have a weekly call to share our goals, plans, and to-do list so that we can reinforce accountability to ourselves, right? I love that idea. So the first call was on October 3rd, 2022 at 10 o'clock in the morning. That was our first call. And I wrote, which I don't remember, podcast YouTube channel. That's the first thing that I wrote. Then, guess what? I started my podcast on October 2023 with One Day or Day One. Another example, a few days ago, before packing away my 2023 planner, I briefly went through it. I started with 10 things to do daily, such as reading for 30 minutes, drinking more water, being grateful, stretching for 15 minutes. It's very trivial things that I can achieve every day, right? And I share that I often don't get to complete all of them, right? Yet I noticed that I was consistent and persistent and put that on every day, regardless of whether I achieve them or not. I saw the pattern. More things get checked off. Now, for 2024, I have 13 things to do every day. Wish me a good luck. Anyway, whether you know the power of writing or not, it really does have a enormous power as speaking words. We were taught to watch our tongue, be mindful of how we communicate, etc. But when you write things down with the same intention, you will see how powerful it is. I will give you another example. About 12, 13 years ago, I was working at this particular company that was very toxic. I mean, I love the brand. I really love the product and the design process itself. But many executives lacked accountability and they were into their own politics. So the design team or designers are often blamed by their indecisive behaviors, if you will. There were times that I spent the whole day changing back and forth about 50 times because there were too many chefs were in the kitchen. You know what I mean? After that experience, I started taking micro notes on every meeting. Who said what and what time, who approved it, disapproved it, with what comments and what day and what time. And this micro note saved me many times during meetings with the executives. They could no longer blame me and my team. Even with these experiences, I still only understood the power of writing once I started writing the things I wanted 100 times a day. As of today, I'm on my 24th day, and I love to share with you not necessarily the dreams or goals, but the experience on this writing journey, since dreams and goals are various and what I want may not be what you want, you know? And since I have not done 100 days, I have not yet harvested, but I notice a lot of things and I love to share with you. I am not writing an essay, simple sentences, yet I miswrite whenever my mind gets interrupted by various thoughts. So it does help you to train your focus. I mean, some of you may laugh about this, but to write one thing 100 times, the seemingly trivial act takes more focus than you may assume. And my handwriting. I have a decent, if not better, handwriting, but it can get ugly. And when you write more than like 20 times, yeah, your hands and fingers get tired and your writing gets lazier. You can totally see it, right? But I put effort to be intentional whenever I write every word so that it doesn't look lazy. That intention, that effort, it helps you to build consistent, intentional behavior. And the words itself. While writing the words, it will resonate with you differently every day. It may trigger your imagination. You can imagine that you're achieving these words as your dreams, you know? It feels good. But same token, some days it will question you. There's just so many doubts that trigger you while you are writing these words. Like, this ain't gonna work. This is a joke. What am I doing? But you are experiencing both while writing helps you to build your faith in yourself because you haven't stopped. What do you want to change your life to be? What do you desire? What life goals do you want so bad enough to take this challenge of writing that down 100 times a day for at least the next 100 days? Some of you may say, who has that kind of a time? I thought the same way. Your desire to achieve your dream needs to be more substantial in appearance in order for you to actually do this act. You know what I mean? But I'm just doing this out of curiosity with a positive, how should I say, perspective. Please to share your writing journey with me if you decided to try it. If you skip a day, you must start counting from 1 again. So yeah, skipping is not an option. But anyway, if you're not ready for 100 days, just for the experience's sake, how about trying for 7 days and to see where it takes you? Thank you for tuning in. This is your host, Terry Mera.